themselves first. That's the way we're bringing them up.
És ez nagyon nehéz a fiatal játékosoknál, hiszen nagyon sokukra ez jellemző, hogy magukat helyezik előtérbe.
So there, some players, I think it's natural to think about yourself.
Persze természetes, hogy a magunk érdekeit tekintetbe vesszük.
And usually your more talented players are a little selfish.
És minél tehetségesebb egy játékos, ez annál markánsabban megjelenik.
But that's okay if they're doing it within the confines of the team. So
De ennek egy csapat keretén belül kell érvényesülnie.
it's not me first. It can't be me first, but it's okay. How can I give what I have to help the team?
Nem helyezhetem magamat az első helyre, de bizony tekintetbe kell vennem és figyelembe kell vennem, hogy tudok saját magamat a csapat érdekében mozgósítani.
We wanted good athletes. We wanted them, to be hungry, and this was extremely important. The willingness or the ability to use his ability to help us get better.
Persze jó sportolónak kell lenni, és éhesnek a sikerre, de különösen fontos az a második, hogy mindenki a saját képességeit az egész környezet jobbátétele érdekében megvalósítsa.
And we had a pretty good picture of what we wanted to see. After my first season, we sat down, the general manager and my assistant coaches were unbelievable. And what do we want? What do we want? Why did we not meet our goal after that first season? And we thought skating was the biggest area where we lacked.
Nagyon világos volt a kép a fejükből, hogy mit akarnak a jégen látni, és az első szezon után leültek a pályaedzőkkel, a general managerrel, és nagyon alaposan csináltak egy diagnózist, és megállapították, hogy a korcsolyázó tudás volt az egyik olyan pont, ahol elmaradtak.
We wanted smart hockey players.
Okos jégkorongjátékosokra volt szükség.
We wanted guys that could play structured principles hockey.
Olyan játékosokra volt szükségünk, akik értik a játékrendszert és képesek abban teljesíteni.
Versatile.
Sokoldalúság.
Different roles, different positions.
Különböző szerepek, különböző pozíciók.
Now remember, I'm coming from a team that doesn't have the biggest budget, and we have to be competitive.
Ugye ne felejtsük el, hogy nem nekünk van a legtöbb pénzünk, de versenyképesnek kell lenni.
So we can't get the most talented sorry, let me change that. We're not going to get the most hockey skilled individuals. We can't afford that.
Úgyhogy nem tudjuk megfizetni a legjobb készségekkel rendelkező játékosokat.
But we can get guys that know how to play the game the right way and that know how to work.
De meg tudunk fizetni olyan játékosokat, akik tudják, hogy mit kell csinálni, és hajlandóak is azt megtenni.
And those are our anchors. Those are the guys that hold our foundation together.
Ők lesznek a mi ragasztóink, akik összetartják az egész közösségünket.
And the reason we needed those guys is to make sure the environment was right for us to keep developing the younger guys.
És pont amiatt van rájuk szükség, hiszen ők lesznek a letéteményesei egy olyan munkakörnyezetnek, ahol a fiataljaink fejlődnek.
But you get guys that know how to play the game, that skate, and that do things right, or try to do things right, chances are you have a pretty good hockey team.
És hogyha megtalálod ezeket a játékosokat, akik tudják, hogy mit kell játszani, hajlandóak is eleget korcsolyázni és képesek is kivitelezni, akkor jó esélyed van, hogy egy erős csapatot állítani.
If they're quality people, they're probably going to help your young guys get better.
A minőségi játékosok a fiatalok fejlődését is erősítik.
Okay, and then one more thing, we looked for, if we're bringing in new players, and if they know somebody or they've played with somebody, or if there's a link to our area, or they're linked to somebody that's already in our team, that helps too.
És az is nagyon fontos, hogy ha sikerül olyan játékos találni, akinek már van valamilyen kapcsolata, kötődése a meglevő csapatunkhoz, akkor az is nagy segítség.
So what I'm trying to do now is there's a vision, and we're trying to build an environment where guys can get better.
Az a lényeg, van egy jövőképünk, és egy olyan környezetet akarunk teremteni, amelyben aztán a játékosok dobálnak.
And what I'm saying here is you got to bring people that want that.
És olyan játékosokra van szükségünk, akik szintén ugyanezt akarják.
They share the vision and that can help you get better.
Akik osztoznak a jövőképünkben, és ők is fejlődnek, és hozzásegítenek másokat a fejlődéshez.
Okay, now this is our dressing room culture, the air that we wanted to breathe when we walked into our locker room.
És ez milyen öltözői kultúrát feltételez, mi az, amit ki szeretünk volna alapítani.
The power of every day, we'll talk a little bit about that. We wanted a culture of growth. We wanted guys that want to get better.
A mindennapok ereje a fejlődés iránti igény, olyan emberekre van szükségünk, akik jobbak akarnak lenni.
We want to do things right.
Jól akarjuk csinálni a dolgokat.
It's pretty nice Latin three
Nagyon
words
szép
there.
latin mondás.
Labor omnia vice. Work conquers all. And if it's the right work, and if it's work done the right way,
A munka mindent legyőz, a megfelelően elvégzett munka.
pretty tough to argue against that. I think some of the slides that Jim put up earlier, there's no secret to success. It's about work, and if you work right, well, you give yourself a better chance.
Sikernek nincs titka, a siker mögött munka áll, és ha ezt megfelelően végzed el, akkor adsz egy esélyt.
Important for us, like we said, we want to give guys a chance to develop, so you got to give them individual attention.
Ugye a fejlődéshez az kell, hogy egyénileg is figyeljünk a játékosokra.
First speed monitoring system,
Van ez a
where we can
rendszer,
measure
amelynek révén
every
mérjük a
day,
játékosoknak.
games included, we measure their workload.
Terhelését.
With Steve, we would cut their shifts.
Stellával nyilván lehet az egyes cseréket elemezni.
As Diego was mentioning yesterday, that's really important.
A Diego is mondta, kulcsfontosságú
Full-time
megfelelő
coaching
stáb,
staff, right? When we have a coach, an assistant coach,
vezetőedző, asszisztent.
Nagy idiota, really competent,
Ő nagyon felkészült.
nagyon szimpatikus, és nagyon jó, and very good. So, if this guy's a nagy idiota, he's got a pretty good support staff, we'll do all right.
Egy nagyon erős, segítős stáb, az lényeges.
And that's another thing we wanted to be a big part. We wanted guys that care, but you can't expect them to care if you don't take care of them. So care was a big part of our dressing room culture.
És ez a törődés, de nem várhatjuk el a játékostól, hogy törődjön azzal, ami vele történik, ha mi nem törődünk a játékossal.
Okay, now we're training camp,
Na, edzőtábor.
and you want to set the tone. This is what the players saw the first day they walked into the dressing room.
Ez
Here's our
a
goals
megadás
for
az
the week.
első napok.
A lot of guys were happy about this here.
Ugye kezdődött egy golf tornával, örültek is neki.
So I said, here's what we want to acclimatize, we want to settle to your partner, get used to the new surroundings.
Beilleszkedés.
And as far as work goes, this is what we want to do. We want to invest time this week to develop and reinforce the necessary habits.
Ami a munkát illeti, kulcsfontosság volt, hogy kifejlesszük és megerősítsük a szükséges jó szokásokat.
Invest the necessary time. We wanted to get away from the mentality where guys come in, do their work, get out.
És befektetni az időt. El akartunk szakadni attól a megközelítéstől, hogy a játékosok bejönnek, elvégzik a feladatokat és elmennek.
It doesn't work that way. Things need to be done right. We need to invest the necessary time.
Ez így nem fog működni, be kell fektetnie mindenkinek az idejét.
Our first week, obviously, you want to prepare for the quantity and the quality of work that they have to
Úgyhogy elő kell
ignore for the
készíteni
following
a
weeks.
következő heteknek a munkáját mennyiségi és minőségi tekintetben.
You know, we talked to them about pride and working the right way every day. There's the power of every day.
És beszéltünk a büszkeségről és arról, hogy minden egyes nap a megfelelő munkát kell elvégezni.
We wanted things to be done right. From the shot on net to the pass to the foot movement before you move your puck. I think Yuka was referring to it yesterday. You may have seen some stuff on the ice, but we wanted to set the tone. So this is a professional ice hockey team. Guys that played in top leagues in Europe, NHL, American Hockey League, they come in the first day and their coach is talking to them about habits and moving their feet when they move the puck and develop and the right environment. That's why I said the coach was a Nagy idiota, because I'm sure that's what they were thinking too.
Ugye azt látni kell, hogy itt az elején arról szólt a történet, hogy a munkának minden részletét megfelelően végezzék majd el a játékosok, és az alaphangot itt akarták megadni nekik, hogy azt hogy kell tenni, és ami azért különleges volt, hogy a világ profi ligáival játszottak ezek már szerte a világon ezek a játékosok, és itt most az első alkalommal olyan részletekről hallanak, mint hogy a lábukat hogyan tartsák egy adott lövőmozdulat kivitelezésénél, biztos, hogy furcsa volt.
Off ice, we took our time to make sure their technique was proper. Because believe it or not everybody knows how to do things right, even at that level.
A száraz edzésen is kulcsfontosságúnak tartottuk, hogy a helyes kivitelezésre felhívjuk a figyelmet, hiszen még ezen a szinten sem tudja ezt mindenki.
Week 2.
Második hét.
Oh, sorry. Okay, before we go ahead. Yeah, and the development is not just a physical thing; it's an emotional thing, and it's a mental thing too.
A fejlesztés az nem csak fizikális vonalon fontos, hanem érzelmi és mentális oldalon is.
So after I talked to them about the habits, we left them with this, our first day together, August 2nd, 2017.
Úgyhogy miután beszéltem nekik a szokásokról, ez volt, amivel ott hagytam őket.
And I just left it with them.
És ott hagytam velük ezt.
And that was put up in our dressing room, and it stayed there till we lost our last game in March.
Fölraktam, hadd lássák, és ott hagytam egészen az utolsó meccsünkig.
Dream,
Álmok,
impossible,
amik lehetetlennek tűnnek,
improbable,
valószínűtlennek,
inevitable. I think we know who Christopher Reeve is, that's Superman.
és aztán hamarosan pedig
And we know what happened to him where he became a part of
tudjuk ki
the
Christopher Reeve.
battle. Do we know Christopher Reeve?
Tudjuk ki ő? Christopher Reeve?
Superman.
Igen, Superman.
Yeah, you got it.
The actor.
Diego Scandal, this is. Okay, week 2.
Második hét.
They come in after a day off. Okay, boys, this is what you're going to get. 4 ice sessions, 2 game day skates, 4 warm-up sessions, 4 dry land sessions. We played 2 games. What are our goals this week?
Ugye 2 mérkőzés volt, 2 meccsnapi edzés, 4 jeges edzés és 4 száraz edzés.
We stay on the power of every day. We keep our right habits. And again, we're talking about habits. Yes, again, we're talking about habits.
És mik azok a fő célok? Megint a mindennapok hatalma, a mindennapok ereje és a megfelelő szokások nyomatékosítása újra.
We started to talk about principles, not systems, principles.
Irányelvekről kezdtünk beszélni.
We started to talk to them individually. We introduced the fact that they were going to be weighed in.
Egyéni beszélgetések voltak, tudomásukra hoztuk, hogy mérlegelés lesz.
Coaches weighed in too.
Az edzőknek is, nem.
Okay, and we divided them in groups.
Csoportokra osztottuk őket.
And we asked them to talk about the Superman quote.
És arról kértük őket, hogy erről a Superman dologról beszéljen.
We asked them what our dream should be as a team.
Mik az álmaik, mint csapat.
And what we needed to do to make our dream come true.
És mit kell tennünk azért, hogy ezek valóra váljanak.
And then we left them a couple of weeks to get together and to talk and to...
És aztán hagytuk, hogy ezek a csapatok heteken át beszélgessenek erről.
And that falls into the emotional development category.
És ez persze az érzelmi fejlesztés része volt.
Hey, again, here's what we did well. Week 1, we want to do it again. Week 2, really, really important part of our game. Feet moving all the time.
Nyomatékosítani, ami a játékunk alapvetése, a láb mindig mozgásban legyen.
Staying on the puck.
Korong.
After your shot, you follow the puck. If there's a second puck, we stay on the first puck to make that become all the
Ha előtted a korongot, menj utána, mindig kövesd a korongot.
strong on the puck.
Légy erős korongra.
Right now, semmi la-di-da-ja korong, ez nem jó.
Semmi lazulás.
Never casual. And it sounds simple, but think about some of the practices and you know, some of the coaches that were here before talking about how guys glide into a shot or they're not moving their feet when they're making a pass or after the shot or a pass, they stop moving their feet.
Egyszerűen tűnhet, de a játékosok bizony hajlamosak a részleteket lelazsálni.
Okay, so we were really putting a lot of emphasis on that.
Okay?
Third week.
Harmadik hét.
And again, those are our goals. Okay?
A jó szokások és az irányelvek.
From week 2, that's what we did well. Week 2, we were on the puck, feet moving away from the puck, recovery.
Mit csináltunk jól a második héten?
Big principle from a defensive standpoint.
Nagyon fontos a védekezési nézőpontból is ez.
We said we wanted to be an active team, so
Aktív csapat akarunk
we
lenni.
want to play on our toes. We want to be on our toes. We want to be moving forward. We want to be on the puck.
Korongot támadva.
And then I talked to them a little bit about the Superman and the Christopher Reeve, because what they came up with was outstanding. And I knew that we would have a pretty good season.
És újra előkerült a Superman metafora, és elmondhatták a játékosok, hogy mire jutottak ezeken a megbeszéléseken, és ez megerősítette benne, hogy egy jó szezonnak néznek előre.
They took responsibility with their groups.
Felelősséget vállaltak ezért a csoportmunkáért.
They had the courage after 2 weeks to stand up in front of teammates and speak their mind.
És 2 hét után is felelősséget vállaltak azért, hogy kiálljanak a csapattársaikkel és elmondják, mire jutottak.
And I said to my assistant coach, boys, if this team is 2 weeks old and it's already talked more than the team we had last year, the whole season.
És azt mondta, hogy még csak 2 hete van együtt ez a csapat, de már többet beszéltek egymással, mint az előző csapat egész szezonban.
A little bit of a different environment too from the first to the second year. So that may have helped them interact and start to come together.
Kicsit másfajta környezet is vette őket körül, ez elősegítette, hogy több legyen közöttük az interakció.
Right? Okay? Again?
Kulcsszavak.
Yeah. Just this is what they saw. This is what they saw. And we wanted intensity, we wanted speed, we wanted, again,
Intenzitás, sebesség.
Yeah.
És a szokás.
That's what they came up with.
Mit hoztak elő?
That was our dream.
Amit ők megfogalmaztak, mint a saját álmuk.
It's a German team. It's a German team. Of course they're going to want to drink out of the cup. That's but that came from a player who had won 2 championships in Munich.
Német csapat, inni szeretnék majd a kupából, persze ez egy 2-szeres bajnok.
So now we're getting somewhere, because as a coach, when you start to see your players tell you that it's important to have fun, but to pay attention to detail. It's important to have a team first mentality. It's important to push your work limits. Okay, I think that was the thing that made it the most fun for us. We wanted to get better every day.
És ugye edzőként, amikor azt látjuk, hogy a játékosok maguk mondják, hogy a részletekre való odafigyelés, vagy a csapat az első, vagy hogy minden nap jobbak akarunk lenni, na ez az, amit látni szeretnénk.
So if as a coach you're thinking, we want to develop, we want to get better, and we want to play an active brand of hockey, and this is what your players tell you have to do, pretty happy.
Úgyhogy edzőként ez nagy öröm, amikor azt látjuk, hogy a játékosok ilyeneket mondanak azután, hogy neked ugye van egy víziód erre vonatkozóan.
Okay. Week 4.
Negyedik hét.
Week 4 was the week we were going to push it.
Ekkor igazán odalépünk a gázra.
And that's what we said. Gents, get ready, it's going to be a tough week.
Mondtuk is, nekik készüljenek fel, mert ez nem lesz könnyű hét.
The quantity was higher than it was in the previous weeks.
Növeltük a mennyiséget.
Now they've already skated for 3 weeks, so fatigue starts to set in.
Most már kezd azért a fáradtság kiütközni rajta.
No longer a novelty.
Már ez nem újdonság persze számomra.
So it's a challenge.
Ez egy komoly kihívás.
And again, can we stay with the right habits? That's when it gets tough, that's when you see where your habits are.
Ez egy komoly kérdés, hogy amikor kezd a dolog egyre nehezebb lenni, akkor is ki tudsz-e tartani a jó szokásai mellett.
Are we still moving our feet when we're making a pass? Are we receiving stride? Are we skating into our shot? Are we staying on the puck? Is our stick down on one-on-one situations? Is the intensity level high? Those are the habits we talked about for 3 years. Or 3 weeks, I wish, 3 years. For 3 weeks. Are they still there week 4 when it's no longer new and when they're tired?
Még ezek a jó szokások, hogy a láb mozog a passzolásnál, utána megyek a lövésenek, stb. Ezek a jó szokások még mindig megvannak a 4. héten is, amikről az elmúlt 3 hétben beszéltünk, és mikor már kezdünk fáradtak lenni.
That's an indicator. Now it was a pretty good idea to give us a picture of where we were at.
Ez egy nagyon jó mérőeszköz, visszajelzés az edző számára, hogy vajon eljutunk-e a határainkig.
Lots on the ice, travel for an away game, home game, season ticket holders, team presentation, so there's lots of stuff to do every day.
Minden utazás, a követesekkel, rendezvény, bemutatás.
Okay. So now week 5 was just fine tune. I didn't put that up.
Az 5. hét finom hangolásról szólt.
Vision, culture, set up of the training camp. Here's what we looked like as far as practices.
Ugye, hogy nézett ez ki edzések oldalára?
Okay, that's basically how we worked every day. That's our practice skeleton.
Ugye mi jellemezte a mindennapi munkát? Tulajdonképpen ez a csontváza az edzés munkának.
The goalies would be on before.
Ugye először a kapusok.
Practices would start with, we call it a warm-up drill, where players can feel the ice, feel the puck,
játékosok megérzik a jeget, korongot,
get their legs going, and most importantly, if their head wasn't already where it should have been, it gave them a chance to bring their head where they needed it.
És a fejüket is átállíthatják a munkára.
And it was simple stuff.
Egyszerű dolog.
And by simple, I mean we would start one group here with one after another. They would just handle a puck and do a different puck handling skill, take a shot and go back to that corner.
Ennyi.
Pretty simple.
Egyszerű.
Okay? But so important. Again, if you want the right habits, if you want to do things the right way, your mind's got to be there. You got to give yourself time to bring the mind.
De ez nagyon fontos. Ha elvárjuk, hogy a részleteket jól csinálják és arra odafigyeljenek, akkor fejben is át kell állni erre a feladatra.
Okay? From warm-up, we went to, let's call them flow drills.
Melegítés után jöttek ezek a...
And you were saying yesterday, it's not so much what you do, it's how you do it.
Nem az a lényeg, mit csinálsz, hanem hogy, nem annyira az.
And it goes back to what I was talking about before.
És ez az, amiről korábban is beszélt.
Feet moving before you move the puck, staying on the puck, feet moving when you're going to take a shot. Just doing things right. Yeah.
Jól csinálni a dolgokat.
Okay, so we warm up, technical still drills, small unit puck movement either at the defensive zone or out of the neutral zone.
Kis csapatos koromozgatás, semleges van a védőhalmon.
Situational drills, which are one-on-ones, two-on-ones, two-on-twos, three-on-twos, but always in a game-type setting.
Minden ilyen 1-1-2-2 gyakorlat játékszerű helyzetekben.
From this, obviously you get a portion where you attack the net, or for both these here, from this or that, you're trying to get to the net because that's what you need to do.
Ugye támadva a kaput, hiszen aztán erre lesz szükség.
Then we go to a tactical portion. Sometimes we have special teams at the end of being competitive, and then we either have position specific for extra work or whoever needs the extra work.
Aztán jött a taktika nyomatékosítás, a speciális csapatok, persze szórakoztató gyakorlatok, és utána a pozíciós specifikus munka.
Off-ice stuff 2 times a week.
Kétszer a héten,
as a team, individual every day.
Minden nap egyéni.
Conditioning sessions 2-3 times a week.
Kétszer-háromszor héten. Kondicionális.
Individual cool down.
Egyéni levezetés.
Very important when you're playing 52 games, when you travel as much as we do. The 20-minute investment you make at the end of practice or at the end of each game, especially early in the season, goes a long way in February, March.
Ugye ennyi mérkőzésnél, ennyi utazásnál kulcsfontosság, hogy minden játékos ezt a 20 percet fektesse bele ebbe a szezon elején, ez majd ki fog fizetődni később.
So if your anchors are doing it, those are the guys that are holding your fundament in place.
Ugye ezek,
you're okay.
Ha a kulcsjátékosok csinálják, akkor az jó lesz.
You know, these are just some of the drills we use. You know, catch me if you want me to show you some of these. I don't have them done up because that's not the point. It's not so much the what, it's the how. Again, so whatever it is you're doing, make sure it's an open environment like I was talking about yesterday. Make it as game-like as possible from a speed, from an intensity, from a resistance standpoint.
Itt vannak a gyakorlatok, de megint nem az a lényeg, hogy mik a konkrét gyakorlatok, hanem hogy van kivitelezve, és ahogy tegnap is szóba került, ez annyira nyílt környezetben legyen megvalósítva, amennyire csak lehet, tehát annyira mérkőzés szituációszerű legyen a sebesség, a követelmény, az intenzitás szempontjából, amennyire lehet.
Demand.
Elvárás.
And give them enough repetitions for them to get better, especially if it doesn't have to be complicated. You don't have to have a lot, but make sure they're done right.
És az elegendő ismétlésszám is legyen meg magas elvárások mentén, és nem kell, hogy sok legyen, de legyen jól kivitelezve.
Okay. Then if you're at the rink when we're practicing and you close your eyes, this is probably what you'd be hearing that big idiot yell.
Mik azok a szavak, amiket a leggyakrabban hallanánk tőle, hogyha ott lennénk a jégen mellette vele?
Okay. This is the how behind the drills. These are the habits we were talking about the first 3 weeks of training camp.
Ez az, ami a gyakorlatok kivitelezésére vonatkozik, és hát azokra a jó szokásokra, amiket fel kell venni és megtartani.
Now when you watch some video clips from our games,
hogyha megnézzük a meccsek felvételét,
keep these in mind.
Ezeket majd ne felejtsük el, ilyen szemmel nézzük.
And you tell me if we developed, if our individuals got better, and if our team got better. Now, first of all, what do you think?
Mit gondolunk először is erről?
If you're practicing and your feet are moving on and off the puck on any passing drill, or if you're skating with the puck, or if your passes, you're receiving in stride and you're shooting in stride and you're making hard plays at the net, if you're staying on the puck after your shot, if you're strong, and by strong I mean your knees are bent and you're in position, you're ready to make a play. If you're doing all that at practice, are you going to get better?
Ugye nyilván, ha ezeket, amik föl van sorolva, most nem megyünk be, de ha betartjuk, akkor vajon jobbak leszünk az edzés révén?
Yeah.
Persze.
Right? So there's the development part of it.
Ez vezet a fejlődéshez.
You're getting better. Okay?
És jobb leszel, ha ennek szellemében dolgozol.
Okay. Team video development there went, post-game feedback, that's how we use their video pre-game meetings.
Ugye a videót mire használták a mérkőzés után visszajelzést adni a játékosoknak mérkőzés előtti fölkészítésben?
Morning at home, when we'd be on the road, it would be the afternoon before we went to the rink.
Ugye otthoni meccsek esetén reggel, idegenbeli esetén délután.
Pre-practice, if there was part of our game we didn't like, we would show some video before we went on the ice.
Esetenként edzés előtt is volt videó, hogyha valami volt a meccsen, ami nem tetszett nekik, felhívták rá a figyelmet.
In small group video, after the game, guys would get their shifts.
Ugye meccs után volt egyéni kiscsoportos videó, ahol vissza lehetett nézni a saját cseréket.
And it was amazing how much time they spent on the team computer.
És lenyűgöző,
to watch their shifts.
Hogy mennyi időt töltöttek a játékosok a saját cserék megnézésére.
You get the right people and the environment's right, they want to get better.
A megfelelő emberek vannak a megfelelő környezetbe helyezve, akkor jobbak akarnak lenni.
Our PK meeting would be done in the morning of the game, and that's the only thing we did as far as PK, really good or not.
És
video.
Ember hátrányos védekezés kapcsán volt egy megbeszélés a mérkőzés napján délelőtt, és ez volt videó kapcsán, amit csináltak egyedül.
And we trusted our team with the power play. We said, here guys, do what you want to do. That didn't go too well.
És az emberelőny kapcsán pedig a játékosoknak volt egy felhatalmazása, hogy úgy csinálják a dolgot, ahogy azt ők jól látják.
But it was a form of trust.
De ez meglepőnek hangozhat, de ez a bizalom kifejeződése.
And it gave the players some responsibility, the key players, because those are usually the guys that are on the power play.
És ez a kulcsjátékosok vállára egy felelősséget is helyezett, hiszen nyilván ők vannak az emberelőnyben.
And they communicated.
És a kommunikáció.
And they held each other accountable.
Ami meg kell, hogy valósuljon a játékosok között, és az, hogy ők egymásra is számíthatnak, és egymásért is felelősséget tartoznak.
So maybe the power play statistics weren't the best.
Lehet, hogy nem volt a legjobb az emberellenes játékunk.
What did it do for our team chemistry?
De az egész csapatnak a kémiája, a csapat kohéziója szempontjából óriási hatása volt.
And what did it do for the leaders development? Because you got to develop leaders too.
És rengeteget segített a vezérek kitermelésében és fejlesztésében.
They held each other accountable, they worked together, they helped each other.
Az, hogy felelősséggel tartoztak egymásért, számon is kérhetőek voltak egymás által, és támaszkodhattak egymásra.
Power play is a big part of the game, no doubt.
Persze, az emberölöny egy lényegi része a játékon, a játékon.
Interestingly enough, the two top power plays in the DL did not make the playoffs this year.
Mégis a két legjobb emberelőnyös hatásfokú csapat nem jutott be a rájátszásba a DL-be.
We were there. We were in the playoffs. We had the worst power play in the league.
De mi igen, bár egyébként a legrosszabb volt az emberelőny kihasználási mutatom.
We had a pretty good team. We had a pretty good working environment.
Ugyanis remek csapatunk volt egy remek munkakörnyezetben.
Okay. So just a little side note there.
Csak
Okay. What do I have next here? Yeah. Okay. Let's go. I got.
Nézzük a kulcs szavak mögötti tartalmat videók révén.
Yeah. Well, don't get the screen. That and then just F4. Here's what we, and again, here's what we wanted to look like. Now, I think we wanted an active team here, and before you start here, okay. We'll let the clips run here. Don't worry too much about the system, but watch the players have it. We said we wanted to be active and recovery. Hit the 8 key. 8. Yeah, it's the same. Are we on the puck here? Once the puck is moved, is he recovering? Yes. Okay. Is there structure there? Yes. Okay, so don't worry too much about what we're trying to do, but how we're doing it.
Ne arra figyelj, hogy mit csinálunk, hanem hogyan csináljuk.
Just hit the F4 key. Look at us on the puck here. F1 is coming, F2 steps in, F1 keeps recovering, and we go. Okay? Forecheck and the way we move the puck after we won it were probably our two strengths this year. Okay, we're the blue team here, but I think you figured that out. Okay? The gap. And again, on the puck, we're on the puck. And here comes our second guy, and we're thinking that right away, and we're on the puck again. Now think of it. Stop. Go back, hit F3. Please. Oops. Okay. No, how you? There you go. You know, think about practices and staying on the puck. Here's a shot, it goes to the corner. What happens in practice when a player takes a shot and there's a rebound, the puck goes to the corner? Where does he go?
Ugye gondoljunk bele, hogy most kimegy a sorokba, akkor mi történik edzésen, ha ugyanígy egy kipaton után?
What do you want him to do here?
Mit akarunk, hogy edzésen mit csináljon a játékos?
What are we telling him in practice? There's a stay on the puck. That was like immediate there. As simple and as basic as that.
És ennyi, ha ráerősítünk edzésen, akkor a meccsen is meg fog történni, már ott is van a játékos.
Okay, talk about being on our toes. We're on our toes right there. We're not backing off, and we're on the puck again. And now we're thinking, where am I supposed to be? Next, F4. Okay, you might recognize this young man here. That's on the puck, and right, and there's our structure again. Yep. F1's job was to skate, to be on the puck, bring him to F2, F2 step, F1 covered for him. There's some structure. Okay, on task, something we talked about. One, now we didn't like that decision, but we make up for it because F1 kept skating. It was too early for F2, that doesn't matter. Okay, this is what we want it to look like. And again, if your feet are moving, if you're skating, you solve a lot of problems.
Végig korcsolyázva rengeteg problémát meg tudsz oldani.
Yep. There's F1, F2's holding his spot, F1's recovering, F3 is where he should be. That's the way we wanted our F2 to play. And sometimes he was a little more aggressive, but at the beginning of the season, he held. F1's job was to be on the puck. Okay, rhythm is another thing we talked about. Okay, this is as we go. Now, when I picked these clips, I didn't take our best games. These are not highlight clips. I picked 5 or 6 games and I looked at the team and did they do, or was I able to find a picture of what we talked about, some of those buzzwords, and this is what I came up with.
Ugye ezek nem a legjobb meccsekről szóló felvételek, hanem találomra kiválasztott olyan jelenetek, amik megmutatják a kulcsszavak mögötti tartalmat.
We were active here. We're structured here.
Aktívak, rendezettek voltunk.
There we go. F4. So when we did, here's 1, here's 2, there's 3 in the middle. Is it stopping or are you stopping? Let's just let it run. So we got lots. F1 on the puck. F1 keeps skating. F2, F3. We have the puck. Okay? Now what teams started to do is they started to change the rhythm on us. They move it up, they move it back. But still, footwork, and here we are again.
Az ellenfél változtatott a stratégián, de a lábmunka révén újra.
So we wanted to be active. I think we looked pretty active here. We're not on our heels, we're on our toes.
Megyünk teperünk.
Okay? Like I said, go ahead. Skating fixes a lot of problems.
Korcsolyázás megold számtalan.
The F1 that was behind the net, look at where he ends up. Another one of our principals outnumbering at the blue line. Defensive blue line. Okay? There's a rush behind the net, but look at the work we do there and look at what we end up here. 5 against 2. Those are habits. That's the culture, that's environment, that's okay. What? Stop it for a second. F3 to go back. Yeah. What we did, we always talk areas 1 to 6, we went from forecheck, neutral zone coverage, D-zone coverage, breakout, neutral zone offense, rushes, offensive zone play, and then we did special teams. So there was a little bit of a logic. There was, you know, systematic. That's the only time I'll say the system word. It was a systematic approach to the way that we did video. Areas 1 to 6, forecheck, neutral zone, D-zone coverage, and then we went offense, breakout, neutral zone, rush, offensive zone, and then we did special teams. Okay, so we showed you some forecheck. Here's what we do.
Itt a logikus a módszeresség abban, hogy hogyan voltak felépítve ezek a videó jelentek, és milyen szempontrendszer szerint vetítették le a játékosoknak.
Yeah. Look at the gap in the neutral zone. Look at the footwork off the puck to the inside unit of 5. That's an active team.
Ilyen egy aktív csapat.
There's an active team. Here's 1 and 2's right behind him to close that gap so that we can win the puck. Okay, we're not passive. We wanted to be on our toes. Again, here's 1, and he can't do it alone. Here comes 2, and 1 comes under, and it's a pretty good gap. Again, he's not where he should be, but he's like, okay, there's 1, there's 2, active on the puck, right? F4. Here's 1, here's 2, F1 covers for 2, and he ends up picking up the puck, okay? Next. More steering, look at our footwork here, okay? 1, 2, 3, triangles, what we talked about, both on the forecheck and in the neutral zone. That was offside. And yes, we did do that at times. So like I said, when you play 52 games, sometimes 3 or 4 games in 8 days, you have to save some energy. It is performance-based, it is result-based, so sometimes we did try, but it was not our nature, it was not the mindset we had.
Mindig ezt alkalmazták, néha kellett az energiával is spórolni, de ez volt az alapfilozófia.
Okay, filling in a rush defense from steering situations, from neutral zone coverage to rush defense. Okay, go ahead. Look at our footwork off the puck. Look at our numbers at the blue line. Okay. And stop, hold it. Yep. That's all right there. Just hit the space bar. You know, one of the things we put a lot of emphasis on is footwork off the puck.
A Corona nélküli mozgások lábmunkája, vagy nyomatékot kapott a lábmunkája.
Anytime we had drills where 3 or 4 players were involved, we made sure that everybody was moving their feet.
Minden edzés gyakorlatnál megköveteltük, hogy mindenki, aki részt vesz abban a gyakorlatban.
We wanted numbers on the puck, especially defensively. When they had 2, we wanted 3. We wanted numbers on the puck.
Természetesen azokra is, akik a korongat birtokolták.
And you can't have numbers on the puck if you're not doing footwork off the puck.
De az egésznek a letéteményese a korong nélküli játékosoknak a lábmunkája.
So that falls into that active part of the identity. Everybody's legs are moving all the time.
Az identitásunk egy aktív csapat identitása, ha mindenkinek a lába mozog, a korong és a korong nélküli játékosok.
High energy game, that's why we like them young and we like athletes.
Magas energiaszint, magas intenzitás, ezért kellettek fiatalok.
Yeah. The numbers that are blue line, you're doing footwork off the puck, so you can go on offense quicker than, okay? Again, numbers that are blue line. And that's not because we were waiting in the neutral zone. As you saw, we were pretty active with our forecheck as well. Lots of footwork off the puck. Okay, and then it leads to transition. And then he turns over the puck and he gets yelled for sure. Okay, defensive zone, again, intensity, numbers, active awareness. We wanted numbers on the puck. On a stop puck, we would try to overload. This is just defensive intensity. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blue jerseys in the picture there, and then we go. Okay, we wanted to be active. This is, you know, some of the buzzwords here: active, aware, stick on puck, recovery. Okay, we're playing a pretty good team on the road here. This is our, I was going to say fourth line, but I don't use that term too often, but just so you get a feel against their top line, but we still managed pretty well.
Látjuk, a negyedik soron az ellenfél első sorára beküldve, hiszen jól megoldja a helyzetet.
Okay, active defensively, jumping to check, sticks on pucks, recovery. Those are stuff, things they would hear when we would work, both offensively and defensively. We like the position of the two high forwards. There. Okay, numbers on the puck. On a stop puck, we want it to outnumber. Here's one, here's two, here's our third guy. Our fireworker, net front, strong side forward, inside the house, and feet moving when we win the puck. We'll get into that shortly here. Okay, go. Like I said, our forecheck and how we move the puck once we won it, that was the key to our game.
Kulcsfontosságú a letámadás, és hogy mit kezdünk a koronggal, hogyan mozgatjuk, miután megszereztük azt.
We encourage taking 2-3 hard strides with the puck. This is skate.
Két-három kemény lökés.
Here we don't do it enough. That shouldn't go there right now. He should take the puck to the middle before he puts it across because he took himself out of the play. So if we had a drill where the puck would come out to a forward here, he would have to take it to the middle before he would make that pass.
A szélső bemenjen egy kicsit előrébb, mielőtt tovább passzoljon, ne passzoljon túl korán.
Just like we do here. It's skate. He's not moving the puck, he's skating with the puck.
Korcsolyázik a korongon.
Again, everything we did that involved the puck, we had players take 2-3 hard strides.
Két-három kemény lökés.
And that pushes the defensive team back. Numbers on the puck, and watch the unit's legs here. Everybody's legs are moving, and look at how much room we create for ourselves.
Figyeljük meg, mindenki lába mozog, és mennyi területet is nyit ez el.
If we move that puck without moving our feet, the team that's forechecking you is not backing off. If you move your feet, they start to back off.
Hogyha elkezded mozgatni a lábadat, az ellenfél hátrál.
So we were really, here we go. Skate, 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 and now give it. Okay, you see some pretty good examples here. 1, 2, 3. We win it, and it's hard strides, and we go. The puck is not moved right away. It's not passed. It is moved if you're skating with it. Okay, now watch this here. He's got ice, he's going, and that creates space like that. Okay? When we had drills, those are the stuff, those are the things we emphasize. Now he's going to skate, he's going to skate. Okay? 2 strides there opened up a lot of ice. Feet on the puck. Move in. There you go. Look at our middle forward. He wasn't asked to slow down. He creates space, and that opens that up there. So when we had breakout drills, that's what we were doing. Now we're taking them. There you go. Our middle forward kept going again. And that opens space again.
És látjuk, hogy ezekkel a korcsolyázó mozdulatokkal mennyi terület nyújt.
Good job creating space there. So again, every puck drill we did, everybody had to have their feet moved.
Minden egyes edzés gyakorlatnál megköveteltük, hogy mindenki korcsolyázzon intenzíven.
Okay, skating with the puck. Skating with the puck. Simple passing drills to breakout situations. We emphasize that a lot. There's numbers, there's strength, and now we skate. That's a pretty smart play there. Okay? Everybody's skating here. We stayed on the same rhythm. We had decided we were going to move the puck forward, and everybody knew that. Back, compact, and move forward, and we go. Again, creating space. Puck to the middle. And we have options. Hard strides with the puck. Strong plays on the puck and again. Yes, set breakouts. We didn't do that too often, but sometimes you have to. And again, we tried to. I thought that when you watch these clips here, receiving in stride. Every time you have a passing drill, create situations that force your players to receive in stride. Pass in stride, while your feet are moving, receive in stride without losing speed.
Nagyon fontos, hogy minden edzőgyakorlatnál hívjuk fel a játékos figyelmet és követeljük meg, hogy passzolás és a passz fogadása is aktív korcsolyázás közben történjen, ne veszítsen sebességet.
And if you want to see how skilled your players are, watch them receive a pass on their backhand. If they can do that without losing speed, if they can do that, they're pretty good hockey players.
Nagyon jól megmutatja egy játékos, mennyire képzett, hogy fonákkal át tudja venni a paszt.
And if they can't do that, something you should be working on.
De ha erre nem képes, akkor bizony ezen dolgozni.
Okay, but receiving in stride, especially on the backhand. Neutral zone, again, we encourage our defense, or just neutral zone and offense, and we're done here. Go ahead. Feet moving. Skate, 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 skate. Skating off the puck. Okay? Can't move there, but we're moving off the puck, so he has options. Footwork off the puck again, keep D, and skate. Okay, and look for the play while your feet are moving. D to D. Skate and play what is there. That's and again the footwork off the puck to move and skating with the puck. And skate and play what's there. Rushes. Okay, what we encouraged here at practice was to keep our feet going at the offensive blue line. Keep your feet moving, shoot in stride, and stay on the puck. So when you have one against the goalie drills, encourage them to keep their feet moving while they're shooting. We encourage them to accelerate at the offensive blue line. Feet moving at the blue line. Okay, keep your speed. And backs off the opponent. We like this. We didn't like the net presence. Okay? Again, keep your feet moving at the offensive blue line. Good things happen when you skate. Smart play. Again, feet moving. Okay? And, you know, we allowed our guys to play. Yeah, you can try to make a play, but so long as you respect the principle that you have your, you know, having your feet moving in stride at the offensive blue line. Sure. Sure. That's nice. That's fun. We like that. Keep your feet moving. Okay, feet moving. Same thing in the offensive zone. Feet moving, active away from the puck, and balance. Okay, balance for us meant we made sure we had a third guy high.
Az egyensúly is lett ugye a támadó harmadikról beszélünk, itt a harmadik játékos szerepe is fontos.
But again, when we start offensive zone drills, we would probably start with a pass from the defenseman to the forward down on the corner, and the forward would have to move his feet on the puck. And of course, we like the net presence. Okay? Feet moving, low, high, net, stay on the puck, practice habits. So, what we did, if we have a second puck on a drill, we usually have our player go get the puck and not the coach pass it. You would have to move his feet and move it, try to make it as game-like as possible. Just taking care of the puck, being smart with it. There's our balance. We like net presence. We like our third guy high, usually weak side. We're thinking net. Feet moving on the puck. Net presence. Those are the principles we talked about, staying on the puck or on our toes. Feet moving. That's Edzői, by the way. Feet moving, net presence, on the puck, balance. Just a few more here. Again, move your feet, move your feet, move your feet. Strong on the puck, activity away from the puck. Net front, then you release behind the net, your feet are moving again. A little more net presence. I said these were not highlights, but just principle-oriented clips. Another thing we worked on in practice, if we had a lot of left-hand shots, and when we're coming out of this corner, it's on his forehand to the net. Okay, we did that a lot. Again, it's on our forehand, it's going to the net. On our forehand, it goes to the net. And we have somebody at the net. Again, feet moving, and we're thinking, net, our weak side, our third forward shouldn't have been there, but this guy here doesn't. You'll see a little later. Again, on the puck. On the forehand, it's coming to the net. On the puck again. Net front, behind the net, feet moving, and take it to the net. Next one, Diego. Yeah. That's our last one here. So shoot and stride. So that's why you start in the skating game. That's a pretty crazy goal. But go back to the last. Stop that. So there it is. You got to have a vision, get the right people to share the vision, you create the right environment, take care of the people, and then.
A dolog mérlegét megmondva, tehát legyen egy jövőkép, válasz olyan embereket, akik osztoznak ezen a jövőképen veled, teremts meg a megfelelő környezetet a munkához, és törődj az értékes emberekkel ebben a szervezetben.
So we changed our environment a little bit.
Megváltoztattuk kicsit a környezetet.
We played basically the same style of hockey.
Ugyanaz volt a jégkorongjátékunk stílusa.
But we changed the way we practiced. There was a lot more foot movement. There was a lot more activity.
De az edzések jellegét megváltoztattuk. Sokkal több volt a lábamunka, sokkal több volt az aktivitás.
Our players got better.
Jobbak lettek a játékosok.
And we had 18 more points in the standings this season compared to the year before, and we made the playoffs for the first time in 22 years.
És 18 ponttal többet szereztünk, és 22 év után először bejutottunk a rájátszásba.
We made our players better, and ultimately our team got better.
Jobbak lettek a játékosaink, és jobb lett a csapatunk.
As I said before, it wasn't the head coach, it was the assistant coach, the goalie coach, and the fitness coach.
Ez nem a vezető, hanem a stábjámunk.
I was just lucky to work with them.
Csak szerencsém volt ide dolgozni.
Köszönöm szépen. I hope
Kérdések?
Yes, they were Finnish. I love them, and you know that.
You want with the talking Finnish? No, just the this footwork. You mentioned that word a lot of times. So now just one question regarding your forecheck. How big role body checks played in your system?
Not a big role. Not with F1. Not with our first
Testjáték
one.
szerepe, de nem az első csatár. Nem volt nagy szerepe a testjátéknak, legalábbis az első letámadó csatár részéről.
We were a skating team, not a big team. F1 seldom finished his check as his job, and that's a good question. His job was to recover.
Nagyon ritka volt, hogy ütközéssel fejeződött be az F1-nek a munkája. Mi nem egy nagy darab csapat vagyunk, inkább egy korcsolyázó csapat.
If there would be a hit, it would be by F2, as F1 brought him to F2.
Inkább okom az F2 részéről.
So just apply pressure to make that guy do something.
Yes.
And then make it go into
Pulls or force him to
F2.
move the puck, yeah.
Az F1-nek inkább a kényszerítés, az opciók leszűkítése volt.
We were the least penalized team in the league, and that may have had something to do with it.
De mi kaptuk a legkevesebb kiállítást az egész bajnokságban, úgyhogy lehet, hogy ennek azért volt ehhez közel.
We like to skate.
Szeretnénk korcsolyázni.
And it is something we've talked about as a coaching staff, and the way we might get more physical next year is having our second forward anticipate. Now that we trust that our first forward is going to come back, we could have our second forward cheat a little bit as the puck is moved.
He's going to recover.
That's right. As the puck is moved, it is going to.
Igen, úgyhogy ebben azért lehet, hogy majd változás lesz legalábbis az F2-től elvárt szerepet illetően.
Ha nincs több kérdés, akkor nagyon szépen köszönjük a Petnek és az összes többi előadónak.